Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
probably.
Connor, check your mic.
Get ready,
that
coming
Yeah.
soon to Devils and Dice Rolls and Connor McKinley's channel. Connor presents Zan's Lardass.
It's
God damn
true.
it.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome back. We're back with it. It's Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. It's the first one of the year.
Oh shit! Yeah. Huh.
We're about a week into it, just a little bit over a week. We hope you all been having a good time, and we hope you enjoyed today's show. But before we get into it, let's go around the horn and introduce everybody, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, it's me, ya boy, TheropodArt. Y'all know where to find me. Tumblr, Blue Sky for Affinity, Twitch, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. I'm mostly streaming on the weekends in the morning lately, so that's my stream schedule. Other than that, commissions are closed. I'm sorry. I get all my money from working at a grocery store now. So, other than that, if you like this D&D stuff, maybe come here on Tuesdays, where I play a big booby lizard lady. It's fun. It's great.
Wait a second. If you're here watching this, but you're not watching the Tuesday game, what the hell are you doing? That's run by Connor, not me. It's way better.
Sometimes people have schedules. Like I unfortunately work on Wednesdays, so I can never catch like Unexpectables live unless I'm like taking my schedule changes. So sometimes people got schedules, but if you're just picking your nose, wiping your ass on Tuesdays, that's bad. Come watch our show. Do it.
My time to wipe my ass. How dare you?
I don't know.
What are you doing with your life?
You're just picking your nose and wiping your ass. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Zen, I will not apologize for playing Milo as a racist.
Oh yeah, I played Eastgate Sea Lolly in a fake version of the Unexpectables. Anyway, that happened.
I love how you're catching flack for me getting hit when I was playing Eastcan. It's so funny to me.
What?
So Mark was like upset because Eastcan got a cut on the chin, but that happened after you left and after I took over Eastcan. So I find that very funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, actually, that's funny as fuck. Okay. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Making it wobble. It's XanillisGrimm.
Hey, gang. You know, it's me making it sturdy on the dance floor. When I'm not doing that, I am also back into the new year with some more streaming. Tomorrow we got twitch.tv/TheUnexpectables, 6 p.m. for some more Gateway, as far as I know. Right?
Yes, as far as I'm aware.
Hey, and then this Sunday, as far as I know, we're back on twitch.tv/BurnoutBonds for those who wonder, 2:30 p.m. PST, right?
Yeah.
Right? All right, cool. Then Monday, gonna be hanging out with one very lovely Connor McKinley for his birthday, so I won't be streaming then. But then Tuesday, twitch.tv/DistortionDevil again for some Back in the Eve of Ruin, this channel, 1 p.m. PST. And then Thursday, twitch.tv/MontyGlue at 7 p.m. PST for some more Dungeons of the Mad Mage. We're on the last floor. So if any of that interests you, that'll be there. I post everything I do, and when I do it, on my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm. Aside from that, if no one has told you that they love you today, allow me to be the first. I love you. I hope you have a good day. If you want a relaxed day, take the time to relax. That's me.
Yeah. Up next, we've got Tixdixl.
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, sometimes posting art. But in terms of streams, that is right. You can find me as well as Zan and Leah over at Burnout Vaughn's channel this Sunday for some more Those Who Wander. We're in the throes, we're in the thick of it. Come check it out. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, we're also potentially back on Monday, Leah, for some near question mark.
Kind of up to you, babe.
Okay. Then yeah, we should be. Knock on wood, we should be. That's all I got going on this week. Keep an eyes and ears out for other stuff happening. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And up next, we've got Citric King.
Hi, hello, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky and stuff like Tumblr, Instagram, or Twitter if you want to see the deadest of accounts. What I have going on? Not much. We just wrapped up our seasonal game of Final Fantasy themed D&D mini campaign. Was really fun, kind of cliffhanger, not the bestest of endings, but the entire thing was neat, and CG announced like the story is going to continue at some point, I believe in July. So if you watch that over at the Dummies and Disasters channel, keep an eye out because it will continue. But yeah, that's all I have going on for now. But hopefully getting back on the swing of things and probably maybe opening commissions coming the beginning of February. I'll have to check. But yeah, that's me. So I believe the next one is the one and only Leah.
Hi, you can find me struggling to breathe here on this channel right now. You can find me continuing to be an anxious mess on Sundays for Those Who Wander on Burnout Vaughn's channel. Monday we're back to Nier, hopefully, fingers crossed. And if not, I'll probably do some more Armored Core. I have been streaming on Thursdays again, so we're hopefully getting back into the swing of Thursday streams. I've been doing a Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon challenge run, where I basically go through all 3 endings with no upgrades. It's actually really fun. So if you want me to show you basically every secret in the game, that is available for you. Other than that, you can find me here again on Fridays and maybe in some future stuff on other channels, but we're figuring that out. That's us. And honestly, this whole experience, running this, playing with these people, it's all magical. And you know what else is magical? Connor McKinley and anything that he tries to sell you. Go ahead.
Yes.
George
I'll
Lucas.
try to sell you a great many things, including George Lucas. That's right.
Bryan Cranston.
I would never sell Bryan Cranston. That's the jewel of the collection.
that's the fucking line.
I'm glad Bryan Cranston's the line, you know?
I gotta save a little something for myself. But
You're
yes.
goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
You're Jesser. But yes, that's me. I'm DistortionDevil. You're here right now, or you're watching this on youtube.com/devilsanddicerolls or patreon.com/devilsanddicerolls if you're not watching this on twitch.tv/DistortionDevil. Shortly after this, we're going to be playing some Among Us. That's right. It's the first Among Us of the year, and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, stream schedule should be normal for the rest of the week. I think the only stream I have left after Among Us is, in fact, Fallout 3, where we just beat the pit, and I'm looking forward to no longer being in the pit.
Nobody puts Connor in the pit.
No, it's true. But yeah, the first video I've got in production for Devils and Dice Rolls, the first piece of actual, pre-made content, is so close to being finished. I basically just have to go in, add art credits, music credits, and the actual credits. Including thanking all of my patrons who have saw fit to provide funding for me for the past year while I sit on my thumbs. So thank you everybody who helps make this possible, and you do make this possible. Like, literally, without you guys, I would have no reason nor a method to do what I do. So genuinely, thank you all.
Don't sell yourself short. You're not sitting on your thumbs. You work hard. Don't
should grab your
sell
ass.
yourself short. I will fight you.
Regardless, not just the fans. We've also got some fantastic sponsors for the stream, starting with Beard Sorcery. That's right, Beard Sorcery. If you are like me and have a very luxurious facial mane, then you need some products to take care of it. And what better time to start really hitting the gas on taking care of your face than the new year with Beard Sorcery. For all of your beard hygiene care products, as well as others like Solid Cologne, head on over to beardsorcery.com and use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. They have a fantastic variety of delicious coffees at their disposal in basically any format you could want. And you can get it all online, and you can get it all for 10% off if you use the code DistortionDevil when you shop online. And we also couldn't do this without wonderful people like Tixdixl, who gave 5 subs to the community.
They're right here.
That's true.
Thank you.
We literally can't do this without you. And also thank you for the gifted. And with that, are we ready to get into tonight's episode?
Let's do it.
Cosmos.
Then take us away.
Cosmos. All right. I gotta do the music thing, so we're not on a hey for the fucking intro, because that is not the vibe. No. Yeah, let's do this. This is good. All right, there we go. A journey to the stars. A trek through a god heart. Dealings in the city at the center of the multiverse. Our crew of the Homewrecker has faced many trials in their short time together, and now return to their ship. They catch up with their crew and plan their path to hell on today's episode of Kazador's Guide to Saving the Cosmos. You all just passed through the archway into the backdoor brothel, a homestead, let's say, a small building on the far reaches of the Astral Sea. Brought here, originally given the location by your navigator and a captain under Kazador's command, Marine. You all entered the city and have now returned with a few folks in tow. At the moment, as you all have arrived, the matron of said establishment kind of greeted you all and gestured at the door, telling you all and indicating that your crew and ship are just outside. And now I leave it to you all, as the room around you stands somewhat darkly lit, with a faint, sweet smell of alcohol and food wafting through. Change music.
If I am getting this right, we are going to the Hells now, right?
Indeed.
But it's not going to be an easy trip.
Is Marine with us?
Marine is not currently in this room because you all just
okay.
entered the key that you use, the magical key that led you back to the backdoor brothel. It just sort of deposited you on the other side of the archway in the center of this building. And as you all kind of stand in the archway, just kind of in the center of the room, it really is just the matron who's downstairs. She seems to be flipping through like the equivalent of a magazine of some kind, and she kind of gave you all a little wave. She would have one thing to say to you all. I'm glad to see that you all returned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If you wouldn't mind, the keys that you all were given, they only operate in the city of Sigil. You're welcome to leave them here. And she gestures behind her, and there are these little cubbies, like you would equate to the mail cubbies at like an apartment building. And you actually notice a few little labels have been slipped in on some of them, which seem to feature all of, I think some of you would recognize. They feature Xoruk and Vex would immediately recognize. They feature all of your names written in GIF. I'm happy to keep them here for you, so when you return, you can take them out again. It won't really do you any good if you're not in the city.
I don't mind leaving mine here.
Xoruk will hand over his key.
Yeah, Hakka will.
Has a Reduso as well.
You have already
Thank God.
paid for them. She'll take them from you and set them in the little cubby holes. Anything else you wish to keep here, they are kept under guard at all times, so feel free to leave anything if you wish, but they will be here for you when you return, as you've already paid.
I do have a question for you.
Of course.
What's the upcharge on silence?
Well, fortunately for you, you're friends of Marine, so that comes with a certain level of care given. But if you're asking me to withhold any information about you all to anyone who may ask, she kind of looks across the group of you, and she kind of cocks her eyebrow at you a little bit, Vex. You, who actually use persuasion as one of your passives, she kind of gives you a little bit of a smile. We will say we don't get many visitors. I will reassure you that I doubt anyone passing through here, at least, would have anything negative to do with you all, but just in case. And she does the zipper motion over her mouth. No extra
Great.
charge for you.
It's greatly appreciated.
Of
With
course.
that, I have nothing else to give, and I will pass the key over.
She sets it on the counter as well. Well, Sutalo thanks you all for your patronage. As usual, our services, and gestures towards the set of stairs going up. Our services are always here, if you wish to avail them. But otherwise, your ship is outside. Marine has been kind of gives a little bit of a smile, making some adjustments.
Interesting.
I think you will be rather pleased.
But, Rot,
Yes?
do not worry. I myself have never been to the Hells, but... And kind of looks to Kazador. But we keep good company. Just keep a level head, and we'll be fine. I promise you.
Rot nods. I I said I was going to go. Whatever happens, it's just can't help but being nervous. Should we go meet back with Marine?
Let's.
One by
Rod nods.
one, anyone who wishes begins to leave through the, front door to the backdoor brothel. And as you exit, the hand, ostensibly, the bone of this, the palm of this god that you all are floating atop of, as that is what the location is built upon, stretches out before you, and at the far end of it, with one of the decks sort of level with it so you can just step right onto it, you see the Nautiloid, your Nautiloid, the KSS Homewrecker, a place to return to. And it does have a couple adjustments to it. Nothing major nothing on the inside as far as you can tell. It all seems to be attached to the outside. But you can see that Marine has actually constructed and attached sails, Githyanki ship sails, to the outside of the Nautilus in a manner that would allow for them to be released and sort of expand or pulled back against the shell in some capacity. And you can actually see Marine is currently kind of floating on one of the sails, and it seems to be like tying one tighter and adjusting its tension level, and doesn't seem to immediately notice you at the moment.
This is an interesting sight.
Oh, wow. You're back. Nice.
We are. It's strange to see Gith sails atop a Nautiloid. Such a thing
Yeah,
seems...
I thought it. She kind of uses the rope and sort of spins down, then sort of drops onto the deck above you all, but sort of looking down and starting to walk towards you. I figured, so we had talked about it last time about maybe painting the shell or something, but I didn't want to like take liberties with the design or like visuals of the ship. It's your ship. But I figured having something that would distinguish it from a traditional Nautiloid would help as far as us not getting shot out the gate by someone.
I think it's a decision that will certainly give pause to vessels.
I kept them, the traditional kind of yellow, but I'd be happy to dye them if you want. Left the shell open to paint if you need. Kind of does a lean to look behind you. Seems like you brought some more strays.
I'm not certain that strays is the correct term here, but I'd be happy to introduce you. Vex will obviously make gesture to the two accompanying us and offer, their names and a very brief, we have acquainted from the domains of dread.
Acquainted, that's a cute way of putting it. And she kind of tugs on your horn, just ever so slightly, kind of just like taps it a little bit before walking forward. Esmeralda de Avnir, a pleasure to meet you. Right. Cool. She kind of looks between you and Esmeralda for a second, and then looks at the other one, and you... Vovolezar, I am a companion of Esmeralda for a little bit now. Right. And does one more lean around and kind of sees the individual kind of clutching onto Xoruk's I would say the back of your clothing a little bit, as Naimana has been sticking almost like neck, like hanging on your arm nearly, Xoruk. And that one?
He'll allow her to introduce herself if that's what she wants.
She looks at you, looks up. She seems very nervous. Naimana, old friend of Xoruk, I suppose.
It has been some time since last we were both on a Nautiloid. Last time it was under different circumstances. You'll have to give us a bit of time to adjust.
Right, makes sense. Well, ship's yours. Vex, I'm glad you're back. Your Star Lancer has been going crazy without you.
They sort of blink, like, a bit startled to hear that.
Star what?
You feel the little connection, the almost like a light in the darkness of your mind, Vex, sort of blink a little bit as the connection, because you're fairly close to each other, sort of reestablishes, and you just get this pulse of excitement, emotion from it to you.
Right, where's Moraine?
I'm right here. Hi.
Oh my goodness, sorry, it's been a long few days.
Yeah, you all right? You seem a little scuffed up.
A lot has happened, but considering the fact that Nautiloid is not exactly a keen place to feel comfortable for most who have been on the unfortunate end of, Illithids and their madness, would I be able to have leave under Tom?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Namora, will you follow me?
Of course, and begins to follow after you. You lead Naimana through the Nautiloid up to the tardigrade, I
Yep.
assume? And she follows after you. Thank you, Xoruk, for bringing me here. Somewhere else. And it's a bit of a different interior, which I appreciate.
Of course. Tom's a bit of a strange place, but at least it's not one that's familiar to you with any form of trauma. There is a rather interesting fellow that also lives here. A clockwork person, sort of. Their name's Thrash. They're in the back. You might not see them, but you're free to stay here as long as you wish. I tend to stay on the observation deck top of the vessel.
Thank you again. I'll try to find a place to settle in here.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Follow me.
Yeah, of course.
And he'll show Naimara the crew quarters to relax and rest.
Yeah. There are a couple empty beds still, as only a couple of them have been taken up by the other two Gith, who, as you would have been walking through the ship, they would have been in one of the various cabins, probably in one of the main cabins. They would have nodded at you, giving you the sort of note of acknowledgement. But other than that, probably
We do Githzerai gang signs at each other.
Hell yeah. Do the little G sign.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What a tribe.
What a try.
Instead of spelling blood, we spell mind somehow.
Dude, that's fucking that's crazy. Pulling that off, that's crazy work.
And then once she starts getting, relaxed and in her element, he'll kind of acknowledge to her,
You can reach through me through the walls, just like on the previous Illithid ship. But I will be on the observation deck, as I already mentioned. Feel free to reach out if you need anything.
Thank you once again, and I will find you if I need anything. I think I need, right now, more than anything, I think I need time to think.
You and me both.
It's been a lot, and I don't fully understand the decision I made
Well,
following you here. Pun not intended.
if you need a mind to reflect with, you know how to find me. And if you'd rather an ear to listen, you also know where to find me.
I've missed you, Xoruk.
I missed you as well. I'm glad you are safe.
Me as well. I wouldn't take any more of your time. I do need to think for a bit.
He'll offer an embrace and kind of touch the bridge or the base of his forehead to hers.
She'll do the same, and she'll kind of like cup a hand around your neck and around your waist as well and lean into it for a moment before sitting back down.
With that, he will take his leave and go to the observation deck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As they would have headed up, Marine kind of watches the two of them pass and then walks to the deck that everyone else is on. Well, they look a little bit worse for wear, but hopefully we have some time to let them rest. Where are we headed to, Captain? Admiral?
He sort of stalls for a moment, just trying to think of how he wants to phrase this.
Hakka rubs the back of his head, like, oh dear.
Brace yourself, Marine. You're bound for Avernus.
Fuck, not again.
Sorry.
Again, do you have some experience?
Kinda, yeah, sorta. I've only been there a couple times, and the last time I was there, I was betrayed by some Abishai, and it turned into a whole fuck-off thing where we had to steal a war machine, and there was a bike chase with a guy, and some smoke coming out of him. It was a whole thing.
1 second. Would Abishai, knowing about them, would that be Arcana or Religion?
Religion or Arcana, whichever you'd prefer.
Fuck! 11. 2 on
11?
dice.
It sounds like the name of a devil.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, if I may try.
Yeah, of course. Anyone who wishes may try. I would also allow a knowledge planes check if you.
Even less.
Oh my god.
Abishai, it might be like
There
for
we
you,
go.
right? Might be the name of like an organization.
17.
But you absolutely know what they are. Kazador, there is a concern of yours regarding a certain black dragonborn and certain connections to the Hells. But you are also very aware that Abishai are devilishly influenced, chromatic, draconic individuals. They are kind of akin to Dragonborn in some ways, but because Tiamat is trapped on Avernus, they have deep influences by the Hells in just how they act to operate and their abilities. Some of them are quite powerful, and they are the main thing that's keeping a presence of Tiamat separate from, like, the normal forces of Avernus.
Kazador, recalling this knowledge, will look to his companions, who I assume look confused.
Hakka's
So-
just rubbing his chin.
If you know what a Cambion is, think that, but for Dragonborn.
Oh, perfect.
They are fiends that more often than not serve Tiamat. They may look draconic, they are devils.
Whatever the draconic word for fuck is, Hakka would just mutter that under his breath.
I don't know what you said, but I agree. But yeah, no, I've been there. Last time I went there, I got there through a trade deal that got us through a door in the Hive, which, considering you guys came from Sigil, that's not really an option. So we're going to have to sail there, which is why you're here, which makes sense.
Sorry.
All right, we got two main options. There are a few other ways to get there. There are other doors and other planes. One of them is the gate towns. We could go through one of the gate towns. We'd have to sail to the Outlands. That one is going to be hard to get the Nautiloid through the Outlands. We would have to get into the Outlands and then take it through. So that one would be the most logistically difficult, but probably the most obvious answer. The second option would be sailing through the Hellmaw, which is a kind of colloquial term for the astral opening to the plane. Most planes have a way to get there, or a way to get to the plane through the astral sea. Hell is no exception. It's kind of nicknamed, for those of us who've sailed through it or around it, the Hellmaw, just because it kind of looks like a mouth, but that's really a colloquial name more than anything. Then we got one last option. And I think we should do either the second or the third, but, it's your call. Gestures at you, Kazador. The last option is Doom Space. There's do y'all know what the Styx is?
The river Styx.
Yeah, the river. It is kind of a planar constant. It goes through every plane, and it's generally hard to get to unless you're dead. So that makes it sort of not really a viable travel option unless you know a trick. There is a spot called Doom Space. It's kind of out in the middle of fucking nowhere. It is an abandoned crystal sphere, and there's a hole in the plains. Not sure where it leads, not sure where it goes, and I don't really want to fuck with it too much, but it's sucking everything around it into it, which includes that plains river. So there's a spot right on the edge of that event horizon that you can slip a ship into the Styx, and we can sail to Avernus directly and quietly.
I had a thought as well.
Yeah.
We might have, I don't want to call it a plan B, but I have a thought in my head about how we might be able to navigate should that not necessarily work. And Vex will pull out their Warlock Tome. You said that it requires the dead, right?
Yeah, yep.
We can summon the dead at will.
Your eyes go a little wide at that.
Hakka squints.
It's a
Esmeralda
little
cocks an
complicated.
eyebrow.
It's a little complicated, but I'm sure with a little bit of ingenuity, it could get us out of a sticky situation if we were ever in a pinch.
It's good to know.
Well, that would lead me to.
Help me.
Sorry.
No. She would have stopped talking and let you finish, as that is in character interaction. She just gives kind of a yeah. That does make me think that the Styx option is more viable, because if you have any influence with the dead, they might be able to help us out if we tip past that edge into the, let's just say, Doom Spaces. It's named that for a reason.
I want to be sure that's a necessary risk.
Well, she does the teeth click thing. We're not entirely sure. It's something that we've kind of picked up on when we were in the Gnosis cluster. I think you've been told it a little bit, but there's a Githyanki force that's been rallying around the Hells. And if I had to guess, there's probably a fleet guarding the Hellmaw. So while that is the quickest and the functionally easiest way to get in, there's no way to do it without getting some heat. Like, something will see us going in, and there's a good chance for a firefight.
I do have an option, but I don't have the component.
Mm-hmm.
Plane shift. I can cast the spell.
It's not going to function on the ship. See, we have a planar drive installed in the ship, but that only works if we have something attuned to the plane we're going.
That's the component we would need. Which I don't think any of us have some sort of rod attuned to the Hells.
No, that would have been something that you would have had to procure probably in Sigil or around there. But again, that's not something that would have been easy to procure. Getting an attuned thing to, Elysium or the Feywild or something like that, that's not hard. That's pretty easy. There's a lot of influence, but Hell, they keep that shit really regulated. They keep that shit locked down.
You simply can't shift in then.
I
Think
mean,
about it
you
like
could
this.
probably...
The
Go
reason they're probably so restrictive and selective with who can go in and out of the Hells, because the Hells are the one place in all of existence that devils are truly vulnerable.
She nods.
You kill them there, they go to oblivion.
That is correct.
So it is an option. We can absolutely try to find a...
I think sailing there is the best option, frankly.
Yeah, it's going to mean... The thing about having to deal to find a way to get in, to find a rod or a attuned object, is someone's going to know... We're going to have to make a deal with someone, which means someone's going to know that we did that deal, which means, again, heat on us. It's the same thing as... It's
a trail.
almost the same thing as just, going through the Hell mods, we're going to be seen. So the question is whether or not we want to get into Avernus quietly, or if we prefer or more focused on getting in there swiftly.
I don't doubt that we could go through the front entrance. We're more than capable of fighting our way through, but I don't think this situation calls for it. Perhaps the river really is the best solution.
All right, Doom Space it is.
Curious.
Now I'll begin charting the course. Probably take me another 15 minutes or so, but I'll tell everyone to get ready to sail. Good to have you back.
Kazador will nod. What are you curious about, friend?
This river Styx. Spirits drift down it. I'm just curious if I'll see any familiar faces.
It's not a look of concern, it's actually a look of eagerness. Like, Hakka's uncovering answers to, like, questions that would get you fucking executed in the Empire. He's very curious on uncovering what is happening.
I've only heard rumors about the river Styx. but I think we should all be very cautious. We may
You
see
say it
things
is
that we're
You say it is a place of death?
Not
the
quite. It's a place of passing. Of things moving from point A to point B. Death has already happened. Death is rarely the end. Things tend to happen afterwards. If only it were that simple. Death being the end and all.
I'll follow your lead wherever you go, so I... Just... Sounds like we're going from one bad place to another.
If it puts it into perspective for you, Rot, the reality is that I don't believe there is any one place that is strictly good or strictly bad. I understand that the Hells are a totally different matter. But the idea of going from one place that's bad to another, well, and with all due respect, is par for the course.
Fair enough.
The important thing is that we're all alive and we're all together this time. I will do my level best to make sure that it stays that way.
Rod nods at
Hakka,
that.
Hakka has a sudden realization, and we can end the scene on this bit. Just
What happens if I cast Banish on a demon in hell?
They go somewhere else.
But where?
and just that's it. That's the scene. Just like whoa.
You all enter the
What happens?
Nautiloid and begin to disperse into the various locations that you would all head to. And actually, I do want to know. We know where Xoruk is. Xoruk's in the observation deck. Where would everyone else head off to? Just go down the line.
So down the line, me first.
Yee.
I would like to talk to Xoruk, if that's okay, Zan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. What is Xoruk doing in the observation deck? What's his busy work? What's he doing?
Xoruk, when you get to the observation deck, is kind of accounting his surroundings with what looks like a canvas, painting some of the stars and the ranges around. But he also has a few books kind of scattered around, a few pillows to sit on to get comfortable. Seems to be painting and reading mostly.
Hakka would just like kind of clear his throat.
Yes,
To get your-
Hakka.
I've come to check up on you.
And Hakka would approach.
Kind of in a lotus sitting position, he'll hover a foot off the ground and just kind of, while hovering, rotate to look at Hakka.
Oh, that's really cool.
And anyway, he shakes his head.
You, I have a question, and forgive me for prying.
That's
You
great.
said back at the tavern, the inn that we were in, when I had saw the horrors of the Lady of Pain, you had experienced the pain that I had felt before. What happened? Where? When?
I know what it's like to know oneself through their faith, through their upbringing, and through what they were taught and raised through their youth, and to know that that was a lie. to be used for it. To see the visage of the gods that you were told to admire, and only to be met with apathy or worse. I've lost my faith before. I found it other places. But just because I am well now does not mean I do not know that pain well that you and I have both experienced.
Then might I ask you, how do you cling to hope if your faith has forsaken you? If you question the foundations of everything, where do you go?
Let me put it to you this way. If your faith cannot withstand the scrutiny of questions, then it was never faith. It was a lie you told yourself to feel better, or lie others told you to manipulate you. Find faith. To truly find it, you have to be willing to question it. You have to be willing to poke holes in it. And if by the end you still feel what you feel is true, then that's faith. You've experienced that, Hakka.
At this point, Hakka has taken off his mask, and he is just holding it and looking at it. In, like, the empty, like, just looking, like, in the empty sockets. And his hands begin trembling.
I don't know.
And that is the first real answer to finding your faith, Xoruk.
Wait,
Admitting
you're Xoruk.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Hakka.
He's having such an out-of-body experience. He's actually out of body.
Oh, God. Anyway, yeah.
That is the first step to trying to understand yourself and defining your faith, is admitting that you do not know. When you breathe, there's air in your lungs. When you eat, there's food in your belly. That's knowledge. You know those things to be true. You do not believe them. Faith is what you do not know, but still believe anyways. It helps guide you in times where you cannot know an answer. Look around you, Hakka. See the stars around. The patterns they form are purely illusions we give with our own eyes. Those patterns do not exist. We choose to make them. The very art and stories, the songs, the clothes, the relationships we form, none of those exist until we create them. Faith is what helps guide us when the patterns do not make sense and there's no way to know how things end. Why did some horrible thing happen to a good person? There's no scientific reason for it. And if you cannot find closure, then where do you go?
Faith.
Aye. Faith.
There's a look to the ground, but there's like a nodding of like this is beginning to sink in. And Hakka would just like to look out at the stars with Xoruk for a while. And just kind of enjoy the silence and the vibes of space.
Take a cushion. I'll light some incense for you.
Thank you.
And that thank you carried a lot of weight to it, more than just like, here's a pillow and incense. Thank you for your wisdom was carried with that thank you.
He nods and simply goes back to painting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this would actually be a good time for them to practice, like Githyanki, actually.
Hell
True.
yeah. As the two of you spend some time together, you begin tracing some Githyanki symbols, Hakka, and Xoruk, you continue to paint as the two of you spend a little bit of downtime together.
Is that intelligence or wisdom to learn? Again, Leah, I forgot. It's been a bit.
For it's intelligence for learning a language.
Hibushki, a 14.
A 14. You can fill in for this, and
I'm at 4 out of 6.
A shorter period of time. Yeah, you can fill in 1 box.
Okay, all right, 5 out of 6. I'm almost there.
So you will probably get another chance to do a little bit more downtime. So if you want to finish it, you can probably finish it up. But yeah, you get a little bit of that done.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Kazador.
Good job, Chad.
Great seeing you too.
Yay.
Where would you head off to? Connor?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were referring to me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, where would Kazador head off to?
I think Kazador would just be walking up and down the ship. Just doing a once over of it, just checking to make sure everything is in place, checking to make sure everybody's, doing their job and functioning well and not haggard or anything.
Yeah, you just begin to, do an inspection, go up and down the ship, begin to notice that it does feel a little bit more lived in than it was last time. It seems as though even in the short couple days that y'all were gone, that there has been some settling in to here. As you step into the main command deck, the bridge of the ship, the large armor, completely blackened iron suit of armor that has been here since your interaction with before it kind of turns towards you and just begins to follow you throughout the ship. At the moment kind of notices that you've returned, just begins to follow you. But almost wordlessly, it does float off the floor, and not almost wordlessly, completely wordlessly. It doesn't make any sound. It just kind of turns and begins to float behind you as almost like a bodyguard. But as you enter the bridge, Inavrian, what was Kinatal, kind of turn towards you. Inavri gives you a nod, but Kina, or who you know as, begins to make their way towards you. You know this as being the older one and the one that was not affected by the worm. Admiral, Captain, I just wanted to talk to you really quickly.
Of course. On your mind.
It's been a bit of time, not too long, roughly a week or so since you were here last. Which, by the way, does not match up to your timeline. But I've been doing some training with Marine and some thinking, and I've chosen to go by the name Natalie now. I read it in a book, and I like the name.
Very well. Natalie, you said?
That's Natalie, yeah, that is all.
Should I inform the rest of the crew, or would you like to tell them yourself?
I would appreciate it if you do it. I feel like it would be more effective coming from you.
Kazador's eyebrows would raise a bit skeptically at that, but he'll nod. Very well.
Thank you, Captain.
Of course. Was there anything else?
Not really. I just wanted to say thank you. Ina and I were raised in the monastery in the Gnosis cluster. We have not had much of a chance to leave or experience anything outside of that. Being aboard the ship, having freedom like this, it's been new. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you giving us this chance.
Of course. I'm not the sort of person that would look at somebody in need and simply turn them away.
I think that is why... I think that's why Ina wanted to follow you. And I think that is why I am happy to do so as well.
Good to know.
Thank you, Captain.
Of course, Natalie.
They smile at that and kind of scrunch up the face and walk up to Ina, who begins to pat them on the back and give them almost like a comforting sort of gesture before Ina looks over at you and gives you a little bit of a nod.
Kazador will nod in response and he'll go to the controls of the ship and he'll find the announcement system and he'll psychically let everyone know that their crew member has chosen the name Natalie. He would appreciate that if they referred to them as such.
There is almost like you notice Ina kind of calming Natalie down, and this is probably the most emotion you've seen out of Natalie. Natalie, when you first met them, was kind of stoic and was a little bit aggressive and was very protective, and you haven't really seen this side, but there is definitely some emotion there between the two of them, and sort of it gives you another sort of little not even really a nod, just kind of looks over in your direction before continuing to comfort them a little bit. And yeah, they seem very appreciative and begin. It doesn't take too long before they go back to some busy work. You would be very quickly able to tell, as someone who is proficient with piloting a nautiloid, that they are probably in the process of learning how to do so.
It would be helpful to have somebody else know how to fly the ship.
Mm-hmm. Seems like your crew has gotten up to some practice and some familiarity with the ship while you've been gone.
Very nice.
I've learned to Akira slide with the nautiloid.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The sparks come from out of nowhere.
Yep.
Deja vu.
That's the space dust.
I see.
Is there anything else you'd want to get up to, Kazador, as you float around the ship and inspect?
I don't think there's much else that he would really want or need to do. He's just making sure everyone's ready to set off to hell. We're going to hell!
I think the last thing you notice is when you enter into the research lab deck, the big table that has all the bloodstains on it, it is slightly paler in the sense that you get the sense that they probably tried again to scrape it off and it's still not off. But other than that, you make your way around the ship, begin to have a little bit of time to yourself, and now I want to know what Vex is up to. What Vex would have done during all that.
Is doing a couple things. A laundry list of things. Number
Yeah.
one, and I would argue probably one of the most important things, filling Marine in. Oh, hey. Reason we're going to Avernus. Jazz hands, right? So that would be the first thing.
Yeah, I would say you make your way into the navigation deck where Marine is, and there's the like big display of the cosmos kind of swirling. It's kind of zoomed in on a section, and you see she has like a chart out, like it's like pulled up another screen, and is kind of like charting a course between what you would very quickly recognize as Doom Space, considering that both you and Xoruk have actually been there before.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, I can talk and work.
I feel as though this conversation pertains to your work, and therefore that makes all the sense in the world. So you might probably, I'm going to wager, I guess, want to know why we're heading to Avernus.
Honestly, I've learned to not ask too many questions unless it becomes relevant, but yes, I did wonder.
I do think it's relevant, considering all of the sequences of events that have unraveled themselves over the course of however many days we've been in Sigil. So first and foremost, we have come to understand that the invitation that I once received that seemed like, a pleasant sort of, come, we want you to be here, very welcoming gesture, has turned into a bounty on my head. And this led to us being hunted in Sigil.
Yeah, that sounds about par for the course for the Hells. They will ask you nicely, and if you don't do what they want, they will stop asking.
Yeah, well, when you don't tell me where your return address is, I can't exactly do that, now can I? Whose fault is that? Anyway. Well, now that I have a better understanding of exactly why they want me down in the Hells, it has created a sort of predicament as an info broker who was delivering information about me as a person, blackmailed me into doing an errand for them. And thus we are headed to the Hells.
Got it. Well, sounds like... Wait. Kind of looks back at you, kind of stops what they're doing. Is that Kylie?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Yeah. Well, the unfortunate thing, and the reason why I felt the need to tell you, is not just because of our destination, it's also the fact that I'm still being hunted.
I kind of figured that was the case.
Yeah, I feel personally that you deserve to know that and to be prepared.
Well, it is good to know, but if I had to offer you any advice around this, it would be while we're in hell, deal with that, because you don't want them coming after you out of hell.
I don't necessarily think I have much of a choice on the matter.
Yeah, that sounds like devils.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of experience with them, but I used to run on a Githyanki ship that had some business in the Hells. That's the first time I went there. Last time I went there, I told you that story, but I just know that devils can give you a raw deal while making it seem like you're making the only choice you can.
Well, and I don't know about you, but I prefer looking at all of my options before I make a decision.
She actually stops what she's doing and she turns and looks at you. Kind of looks you up and down. Good. I'm glad you said that. Because this person you brought, this Esmeralda.
Yes.
She kind of pauses and she looks down at her hand for a moment, specifically her right hand, before like clenching it. Love is playing chicken with heartbreak.
Yes, well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth when an ally comes to aid. I understand that things are not optimal, but when have they ever been?
She just kind of nods a little bit before turning back to the navigation controls.
Mhm.
Just be careful.
When am I not? Thank you, Marine.
Catch you later, Bex.
Speaking of, where are the two that are in my, I would not necessarily call it employ because that's not correct, but that I am, in terms of etiquette's sake, charged to ensure that they are, well cared for, so to speak?
I would say that they would have followed you to the navigation room, but not entered, since you said
Okay.
you wanted to go talk with them. So you step
Following-
out, and like at the far side of the room, that like the sort of antechamber between the navigation room and the research lab, you would find the two of them talking, Vololazar and Esmeralda.
Without being rude or interrupting, Vex would attempt to get their attention and try to lead them towards, wherever it would be best for the two of them to stay. Just kind of escort them to where they're supposed to, shall we say, take refuge for the time being.
Yeah, there is the crew quarters in the bottom deck has a few open beds in there, especially since Xoruk has taken the observation deck, so that there is plenty of room there.
Mm-hmm.
And as you kind of escort them down, you wouldn't even need to get their attention. Like the moment you kind of step out of the door that kind of slides to the side and then slides closed, Esmeralda would just kind of cut the conversation off with Vololazar and look over at you. You're looking good over there, Alibaster.
About as good as I can be. But I do think it would be disrespectful of me to not offer you correct hospitality. So let me show you where you can make yourself, at least in the temporary, at home.
Good. I need to put my leg up a little bit. I've been walking on it for too long.
I figured that might be the case. Come follow me. We should be head this way.
And
they
you... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say it's not because of the circumstances that have happened. Vex wouldn't necessarily intentionally bring up a conversation. They wouldn't be rude if someone else strikes a conversation with them, but knowing that how much has occurred in the past, however long it's occurred, pretty much just a quiet jaunt down to the designated location.
You make your way down there. Esmeralda wouldn't really be too talkative, but the moment that there's a bed for her to sit down on, she kind of settles into the and as a reminder, these are these little rest pods that they had set up from the nautiloids, or that were probably for the illithid, but nonetheless would immediately set down on kind of the slightly fleshy cushion. Well, I will say that, honestly, less disturbing than some of the places we've slept before.
Well, that I can totally believe.
She begins to unclip the straps of the armor, and for the audience would notice that as she unstrips a lot, or takes off a lot of the armor pieces, she's wearing clothing underneath, but one of her legs the armor doesn't seem to come off, and she rolls up the pant leg a little bit, and there is a very clear attachment between her leg and the armored lower shin, knee, foot, which she kind of with a little bit of effort and pain, lifts up onto the thing and begins to unstrap, and she literally removes one of the legs from the knee down and sets it next to her on the thing. Oh, that's so nice to have a weight off. Oh, thank. Oof. Miss be praised. Whew. I got a new one. If you hadn't noticed, it's pretty nice for fighting, but damn, is it heavy.
It doesn't look nimble at all.
No, I kind of miss the nimble one. I need to maybe get a new one.
What did you get it?
Yeah, pretty recently. The last one got smashed during some sort of collapse in a tunnel of some kind, and I had to drag myself out, take it off to get out, the whole thing. But we got this one in Sigil not too long ago. Heavy metal. Nice, useful, but not my style.
Right. I was gonna say, it seemed like you were almost limping with the thing. I haven't seen you that off balance in, what, ever?
Since I got my ass kicked by those werewolves.
Yeah. Something like that. Well, I will leave you to your rest. I'm sure we will be having plenty of time to catch up and the like, as we will be traveling for a while. Take your time.
Of course. And she would just kind of give you a soft smile and probably squeeze your hand just really quickly before you head out.
Yeah.
See you around, Vex.
Don't worry, it's not like I'm going anywhere. I offer like a very, very, very warm smile before heading out. And at that point, Vex would actually take off towards the research lab.
Heck yeah.
And deposit the magic circle.
As you, Kazador, you're probably stepping out of the research lab after doing a loop there when Vex steps in with the various planks of repaired wood and begins to reset them out.
I figured, making a gesture to Kazador, I figured this would be the best place to at least store this until we decide to use it.
Will work.
That's that. They will take care of that, and they will abscond to have some time by themselves.
Absolutely. You take some time by yourself after some conversations, some interactions, and that is where we're gonna check in with Rot. What have you been? Where would you have headed off to when you arrived at the ship?
Seeing everyone taking to different directions, Rod will look back at Marsh. It's like, well, it's just you and me, little guy. You know, Wilson hasn't been like that, isn't it?
Marsh looks up at you and kind of cocks the head to the side.
So you have siblings? We met some of them. How many of them am I supposed to find?
This Marsh would point up towards the Nautiloid.
Yeah. But should I be surprised if we met some at the Hells?
Shakes their head. But would kind of grab your clothing and try to lead you into the Nautiloid. When you get to where they're trying to lead you, which would just be up to the where Tom is in the hangar bay, the moment you get up there, there's a hissing sound from Tom, and the platform that raises and lowers to allow you in and out begins to lower, and you see another Marsh there lowering down.
Of course. So, is this the same one we met in Sigil, or is this a new one?
The one that you were just walking with points at themselves, and then the one that just lowered points at themselves and then points up at the Nautiloid.
Okay.
You can roll me an insight check to see if you can put together what they're trying to tell you.
Will do. Insight.
Insight.
That's not one.
Yeah, you know that the enigma that is Marsh is difficult to understand the purpose of often.
Rod scratches their head and looks at the two of them. I guess you'll do what you do as per usual. I don't think it's a good idea to isolate ourselves, or at least not myself. You seem to have company with, well, yourself. Can I trust you two not to make a mess if I walk away?
They both kind of just like do the little bit of shrug, almost emote, and then the one that just came from the Tom just begins to walk back towards Tom. The other one begins to walk towards one of the various exits, seemingly just doing their thing.
I'm sure I will regret this later. And Rod will start walking around the ship. The time since Rod has joined the crew, it's been long enough for them to familiarize themselves with the layout, or are they still new to it?
I would say, so what happened last time, or to remind you, got aboard the Nautiloid and then you had to sail, and there was actually like several days of sailing in the Nautiloid to get from the Gnosis cluster to the back door. So there was a little bit of downtime that y'all had spent previously, so I would say you were absolutely familiar with the ship.
Not really knowing what to do, since they don't have like a role as far as a crew member, like any one task to take care of. Rod will go to the bridge and kind of want to see the Sea of Stars.
Yeah, absolutely. You can either head out the deck and just like watch as the ship like sails through the Astral Sea, or you can head to the bridge and connect to the neural bridges there and like literally view the Astral Sea as the Nautiloid does. Either are options, and as you begin to enjoy the sailing that is the trip, the Marine seems to have finally gotten the navigation, and you're kind of on the bridge as Marine passes by. Would step in. All right, you two, course has been charted. We're on our way out. And all of you would get a projection in your minds of setting sail. Anything you want to do before we head out, do it now. There's a soft jostle for all of you as the ship departs from the god hand that is holding the backdoor brothel and begins to sail even deeper into the Astral Sea. And we're going to take a quick break here, because I need to go to the restroom. And that's also a really good spot to take a quick break.
Yippee!
Yee.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, good scenes, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm about to break.
Everything you say to me. Hi, chat. How you doing? How's it going? I hope y'all are having a fun time. Oh god, come on. Yeah. Ugh. Boo. We're going to hell.
Motherfucker!
Going
Mother.
I know for a fact nobody in this chat gets that reference.
What, Keith David fucking shouting "Welcome to Hell," motherfucker?
No, not that one. You're going to hell.
I don't know.
It's from an old point and click adventure game.
Say it might.
Oh?
How old are you turning, Connor?
33.
Hmm.
It is from Hell, a cyberpunk thriller.
Oh. I haven't heard of it.
Starring Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you okay?
Is that part of the name?
No, me choking was incidental.
Okay.
When you start your game up, Dennis Hopper says, "You're going to hell." Ah, the era of point and click adventure games.
Point and clicks need to come back, man. I want.
They never went away. They never went away.
I was gonna say they're still around.
There's all sorts of point and click adventure games out there. Really great ones too.
Chat. I'm giving you permission to DM me good point and click games whenever they come out. I need these. Give them to me.
I wish to raw dog the point and click adventure.
Wow.
Huh. Get back to raw dog point and click adventure games.
Yep.
Yep. That's where we're at.
You know what? Same.
It's 2026. We don't king shame that.
That. I'm ready to go whenever.
Yeah. I'm also missing anyone?
I know.
Well, until everybody's back. Unavowed is a good point and click adventure.
Unavowed? I thought that was like a first person or third person survival thing.
No, it's like a modern fantasy detective noir sort of thing.
Unavowed?
Yeah.
I could've... Zan, weren't you playing like a third person survival game or something? That was called that?
I know the one you're talking about, and and it's the same name that rings a bell for me.
It was
no,
like
the other one is called the other one is called Avowed. Not
oh my god!
This one's that.
Okay.
Whatever that game is, this is the opposite.
Okay, forgive my confusion. No,
I was right there with you because I heard on Avowed. And it's like, isn't that the fantasy shooter game?
Yeah.
But no, that one is called Avowed.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
There's Unavowed. I put the title card in there.
Yep. Fucking Dick Tracy looking ass and fucking hat and suit.
There's Norco. That's a good one.
Norco? Oh. That sounds like a fun name.
Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. I'm biased towards, but it is genuinely a good game.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
All right. Thero, you here?
Yeah, what's up?
Connor, you here?
Yar.
Vex, you here? Vex. Sarah's you here? We're writing down Sarah's. Cool.
Yeah.
No worries. Just want to double check.
Yep.
Zan, you here?
I'm here.
I know we talked about it, Leah, but there's very unlikely of me finding that component I want. Yeah.
For which, not the one you just talked about, the one you messaged me about, right?
Yeah.
But it is absolutely, I mean, like I said, it's absolutely possible. You just have to, look for it. It's not just gonna, it's not gonna plop into your lab.
Yeah. Okay. I assume the opportunity will present itself. Maybe. We'll see.
Potentially. There was an opportunity in regards to you just let
damn it,
the backdoor brothel, and she is literally the owner is literally a collector of rare and unique goods. So that was an option, but that is not necessarily the only option.
Damn it. I missed my opportunity.
It is all good.
Why must clerics have components? Isn't God enough?
Beneath the Steel Sky is also a good one. That's more like a classic Lucasfilm Sierra era point-and-click adventure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Monkey Island had a new entry, right?
I think so, but I'm not. I can't vouch for the quality of the newer Monkey Island game. Simply because I haven't played them.
That is perfectly fine. Perfectly fair, I mean.
You know what? No, it's not fine. Play every single game ever. Come on.
Do you have any idea how many indie studios do exist now? Just like my YouTube recommended alone is like 3 new games a day.
Golly. I gotta start playing. I gotta beat Tommy Tallarico's record.
I mean, you can just do the Tommy Tallarico thing and just lie.
That is true. I could just lie.
Did you know that you can just lie?
But his mother's so proud.
His mother is so proud. How to
Just
kill
on
a man
messages,
with
we
one
do
video.
Have a Saris back. Saris is eating food. Citric, we have a Citric.
I believe so.
I asked for everyone else, so I just wanted to,
okay.
Even though you were talking.
You're fine.
We are good to go. Since I think everyone's here, speak now if you need any more time.
I'm good.
Okay. I think we can roll back into it. As the Nautiloid departs from the backdoor brothel and heads deeper into the astral sea towards a location known as Doom Space. The party has settled in a little bit after some time away from their vessel, and now has, informed by Marines, since you're heading to the longer, safer, quote-unquote safer, longer, less combat route, the Navigator Marine has informed you that the trip is 3 to 5 days, depending on your planar day. And you all have a bit of downtime. We're gonna once again go down the line as we did the initial you getting back and those interactions, and I thank you all for those. But I also want to know, you have a few days here to, go about the ship, interact with anyone you wish to interact with, do anything you want to do, spend any downtime, get any practice in, work on any skills, now is the time to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start off with you, Hakka.
All right. Let's see. I'm just looking at things. I would like to find a moment where.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first day. Let me mark off. I'm keeping track of divine intervention days, so I got to make sure of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm also going to hit the long
it's
rest
been
button.
a few days since the divine intervention because you used the.
It's been 5.
Yeah, I was like, you used the divine intervention with before, so you'll probably get it back by the time. Yeah, you'll get it back by the time you get to Doom Space.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind then. Okay, so this will be the 6th day. Hakka would try to find a time where Vex is with their 2 friends, and would just like find them over the course of the day.
I have this mental image of Hakka just emerging, and he's got like his arms in like the gremlin position, and he just slides stage left into the doorway.
I have a pitch for you if you're fine with this, Sarah. But I feel like this is very fitting for your relationship between the 2 of you, and also what you would potentially be doing. But there is an empty quarters on the crew quarters. There's an empty room. And I think if you're fine with this, you can suggest something else if you're not. But I think what a fun scene here would be you and Esmeralda kind of sparring with each other when Hakka walks in.
Ooh,
interesting. Okay.
Hakka would just watch.
Kind of just be. Yeah, Vovolazar would be watching as well. So as you enter, you would see him just kind of sitting in the corner, would kind of wave at you.
Does he have like space popcorn?
Space popcorn?
Hakka, do you have space popcorn?
Sure, made with space corn.
I meant like Vovolazar.
Oh, you meant Vovolazar. Vovolazar?
He's just watching.
No. He's acting way more like anxious about it. He's like, oh no, be careful, don't hurt each other. Oh God.
Don't worry, I have diamonds on hand if anybody gets their throat cut.
just says that to the.
Yeah, and that's the first thing you say as you enter. Oh God. But the 2 of you are kind of going back and forth a little bit. Esmeralda hits you with a. You've been relying on the throwing a bit much. I can tell your actual weapon work has gotten a little rusty.
Oh.
And I would like you to roll an attack roll, and I will roll one for her as well, and it will be the kind of test for this bar.
A test of your reflexes! Cyrus? Oh.
Yeah,
that's a 28 to hit.
28 to hit?
Oh, you're getting a little rusty.
Yeah, she likes to talk shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beats her 18.
Mm-hmm.
How does the battle, or how does the spar go? Like, do you disarm her? Or?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So here's what I imagine. Right? It's like, I see you're getting a little rusty, and then immediately just like underhand disarms the sword. Hasn't let go of the hammer. Simply uses the hammer to just.
As she goes in for a lunge, and you kind of hook the hammer like between the haft and the actual hammer. You hook the blade and kind of bind it, and just flick the wrist, and the rapier just goes spinning across the floor. And she looks down at it. She puts her hands on her hips. Well, it looks like I've gotten rustier. But yeah, they would kind of go back and forth, where she would pick it back up and go, I think your friend got here. We can pick this back up another time. As she like walks past you, moving towards the door, she just does the she would just kind of like brush her her fingers along like some of the tassels on your armor, causing that little like clinking sound, the tink tink tink, and begins to walk past. She looks at you, Hakka, as she walks past and goes, "Be nice to them."
I think you might actually want to stay.
And as she's about to head out, I'm happy to. I don't mind. I was going to go clean myself up after getting my ass thoroughly handed to me, but I will happily stay if you need me.
I need multiple minds to come together for this.
Vivolazar looks at you like with interest.
Approaching Vex and primarily directing the question at her, but also taking into consideration the other two. in the
Her
room.
being Esmeralda?
Oh yeah, sorry. Or them? Sorry.
Vex is them, Esmeralda is her. So when you said her,
Sorry, got that reversed,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All good, all good.
Yep.
A lot of pronouns. There are literally 4 different pronouns in this room, so it's fine.
It's my bad because I should have my notes out, and the Google Doc is not out, so I will work on that. But I'll get that out in a sec. Hakka would addressing the group. How Hakka like scratches his chin.
How do you get out of Barovia?
There's like the way that I just imagine this is there's like a slow head turn look at the two of them, like between Vex and Ez.
Yeah.
Vex
She does the like pull at the collar thing. They're like,
yeah, I know. I know how loaded that question is, but Hakka does not.
Vex will then look at Hakka and go, well, to be perfectly honest with you, I believe the two of us got out for very different reasons. Is that misunderstanding on my part?
She helped you. No, for context, and this is partially because Vex was not a character that actually ran the way that like a whole campaign beforehand. The way that we did with like Hakka and Kazador. So there are some things that of course I'm happy to clarify and we're happy to talk about in this way. So what happened that you recall with you and Esmeralda is she assisted in your escape.
Right. What I was clarifying.
Yeah.
What I was clarifying, was I'm pretty sure Esmeralda got out in a different way than Vex did.
Yes. As far as you can tell, she did not escape with you when she helped you escape. She has since gotten out, and she did tell you beforehand that she is able to travel the mists. It is probably unusual to an extent to see her outside of the Dread Realms, but it wouldn't be impossible. You know that she can traverse the mists, and that likely means she has a way to traverse out of them as well.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I was hinting at with Vex, just like, I'm pretty sure the answer between both of us is actually different.
And for very different reasons as well. I don't think any of you would be able to do the same method I use to get out. It requires a certain level of knowledge and sacrifice to certain powers that be.
I mean, as vague as that is, you can argue the same of mine. The method's just a little more gruesome.
She does like a little bit of a wince.
What needed be sacrificed?
I'll let you take this one, Vex, since I think your method would be more effective than mine. Something you have to understand, Hakka, is I was born in the mists. I am from there. They are within me. I have spent my entire lives within and without the realms there. It is a cycle. I am able to leave when the cycle is resetting, when I'm not part of it. But that's the only time I can. I am forever connected there. Vex, however, if I am correct, Alibaster, you came from outside. You are one of those taken by the mists, correct? That
This
is
is
likely... It's likely more akin to what you're looking for. Hakka, correct?
Yes, I have a family member that was taken by the mist. He is trapped there. And, well, I was shown visions of this in my dreams. You can guess where those dreams came from.
She just kind of nods slowly.
What do I do to get him out?
It's not what you do. Not unless you physically go there. It's what he does. Unfortunately, the only time of which I saw in the entirety of my time there that the sky parted and the mists cleared up was the moment that we, for certain, killed Strahd von Zarovich.
I assume history with disadvantage, Leah? Or no, wait, I've actually seen him because of all the visions.
The visions you have.
Yeah.
When that name is said, a flash in your mind of the red eyes, the individual sitting back speaking with the other figure briefly, you see Strahd in your mind's eye. I have some bad news for you, Vex.
This wouldn't be the first time. Go for it.
I'm not sure if I had broken the news to you when we were traveling last. It's not something I like to tell those that are currently fighting against him. But you all left. The cycle restarted, as it always does. Strahd is back, as he always will be. The mists operate like a cycle. It must maintain a certain level of balance, of movement. And a realm requires a lord. If none is chosen, if none takes the mantle, Strahd returns. I've seen it many times. I've been part of the cycle many times.
What would it take to become a lord of such a realm?
Something immensely horrible. You would have to do something truly evil, like bending an entire realm to your will, like
what
sacrificing
Strahd did.
Your people to the mists in order to gain power. Things like vampires, wizards, devils on occasion, liches. Those are the kind of beings that become dreadlords. There's a theory that it's actually a prison. And yeah, I like the theory, it's nice in concept, but it doesn't really benefit the people who are there, stuck in the prison with the prisoners.
So, there's nothing I can do.
Now that's not true. And you Hakka, with your eyesight, see Esmeralda's eyes glance over towards the spot where you know the symbol of Ravenkind is on Vex.
What manner of object is that? Amulet.
From my understanding, it's a holy symbol that is incredibly effective against the undead.
May I see it?
They will,
Hold it.
without question, they will take it off, hand it to Hakka. You'll also note that at the sort of conversation of Strahd being back, they have gone like sheet white.
Wow, even more pale. Huh.
Yeah.
As you
Inspecting-
take it from Vex and as you inspect
Yeah.
it, there would just be a brief moment where Esmeralda would make her way over towards Vex and kind of put her hand on your shoulder. Are you doing okay, Alibaster?
Oh, I'm just concerned because if his relative is there and this is here, they are going to be at a strong disadvantage.
Well, then it looks like we may have to make a quick trip back.
We're already on our way to hell. I don't know if we could just pit stop in Barovia. If it's
No.
as difficult.
But one thing I do know about the Dread Realms is that there is a definitive influence from devils there. One of the few things you can ask for help from while you're there are fiends from the hells. So if I had to guess, that once you're in hell, you can probably find a way there. Would probably deter anyone from following as well.
Even demons wouldn't set foot in such a place.
Not willingly, usually.
Oh, Roadrunner, what did you get yourself into?
Family member?
What? Son-in-law. Married to my son. I would move hell and heaven to have them reacquainted.
Well, it looks like you may have to do at least one of those.
I look forward to it.
And Hakka would hand the amulet back to Vex.
They'll take it and they'll put it back on.
Esmeralda would take a look at you, Hakka, and look you up and down, and with your insight and perception, there's a moment of recognition on her face. She kind of furrows her brow.
Speak plainly. What is it?
I've seen you before. It didn't register until now.
My reputation precedes me.
No, not that. I've seen you in the Dread Realms.
But I've never... Actually, yes, there was that one time, and
then his maw would cake over in ice.
No, you didn't look like you. I didn't recognize you at first because, well, your skin is intact and still fully pigmented.
Oh, Hakka would then pull off the ice, like his maw would stretch a little bit, cartoonishly, pull off the ice.
Oh, you must be speaking of my father.
I don't think so. It looked like you, but like death.
That sounds like my father. What?
I don't know. Saw you briefly. It was when I left last. There was a new... Usually when I leave, it's rare that I do, but when I do, I have to trek across several realms. There was one I had never been to before. I thought it was maybe the mists just sending me on a different route, but I snuck around you. You're at the head of a unit of soldiers, it looked like. All undead. There was you, but also you were not the way you look now. And there was another one with you. A long-armed, long claws, long tail, long jaw.
A twisted mirror, perhaps.
Would I, this far into my Cosmos stuff, would I know anything about alternate dimensions and versions of me?
Roll an Arcana or a Planes check.
Oh boy. 6. You know what? I'm spending a hero point on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
13, slightly better.
13, slightly better. It's not something I think you would be intimately familiar with. You wouldn't know like a lot of the theories or even like specific facts or that kind of thing. But there are other planes. There are other, like, what you've been told are other, like, realms and realities of some kind. If you, Thero, have come to that conclusion, that is a conclusion that I feel like you can have Hakka come to.
Okay, because I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So you've seen some sort of twisted duplicate of me from some sort of alternate dimension.
I think that is probably one of the best ways to describe it. Yes.
Hakka like lets out a long sigh of just like, oh man, oh no. Cause like you just described like his worst nightmare, like him being evil. And yet I fucking did it.
I'm smiling because you know exactly what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to bring this information for you. My intention here was to help Vex, not to distress either of you.
I'm constantly uncomfortable. I've gotten used to it. But, Vex, thank you. And thank you, too, as well. I'm not completely helpless with helping my son-in-law. Thank you.
Of course. I mean, I feel as though, to be perfectly honest with you, even if the solution was simply to provide aid, well, that's not exactly an easy feat. It's not that it can't be done. You aren't out of options, and nothing is impossible, at least as far as this is concerned. He just has to stay alive long enough for something to happen.
Flashes to all the times he's been almost killed in Ravenloft.
He is slippery, so...
He'll need to be, with what he's facing. Those who are not careful, those who are not wise, and those who do not look after those that they travel with often end up dead. And no, they do not get to leave, even when they die.
It's a lot more likely for a soul trapped in the mist to become part of it than to leave it. Vex is the exception, not the rule. They are in fact the exception that proves the rule. They are one of only a few I've ever seen that have been able to make it out. And Esmeralda goes quiet the way I went quiet. She pauses.
It was
Need
not
not-
without sacrifice and a lot of bloodshed.
You need not say any more. Thank you.
Of course.
And Hakka would bow to each of them. And that's what Hakka did for the day.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good interaction. For the sake of ease, I will say you could have spent a lot of the other downtime during this time period working on your Gith, and I will allow you to finish that
Yay.
proficiency.
I know Gith Yankee. Yippee!
Kazador, you have a few days of downtime. Or do we have a Kazador?
I genuinely am not sure what he would be doing during this week.
Yeah.
He'd probably just be focusing on getting everybody as prepared as possible to, you know, traverse the river Styx and go into the hells as possible, making sure everybody knows the dangers, making sure everyone is adequately prepared.
Roll a charisma check.
I will roll a charisma check. No longer have my forceful presence, but I will do this. A soft 20.
Soft 20. I will allow you, if you'd like, to spend a hero point to give every party member a hero point.
That sounds worth it to me.
Ooh.
I will absolutely sacrifice a hero point to give everyone else one.
That's just good math.
Yeah.
Yep.
The numbers work.
Numbers work. It also makes sense. Like, you are going about as the hero of Kazador is, like, to motivate, prepare, steal everyone for what's to come, and that steals everyone's resolve. It's a good mechanical way to represent it.
I can't believe Lightning McQueen fucked my mom.
And Kazador's just consoling him.
Hakka, Lightning McQueen isn't real.
I fucked your mom, shit lips.
Holy shit!
Kerchow.
Kachuga.
One of my favorite fucking comics, I'm sorry. I don't know why my mind went there, but it was just Hakka consoling
It was a
her. Kazador
wild place to
consoling.
go, babe.
Just like fucking Kazador going around, just like there, that's okay. I don't know. ADD's a bitch, man.
I agree.
ADD is a bitch. Vex.
Kerchow.
Would you mind if you gave me a little bit to
Yeah,
finalize my thoughts and came back to me?
Think about it. Yeah. Xoruk, Ra, either of you want to seize the initiative?
Fight.
Go for it, Citric.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to drag you in this, so don't get too comfortable, because since we've been talking, like since Castor is talking up people, making sure they are prepared, Rod is very much aware and has been very much aware on these past few days how inexperienced they are when it comes to combat. So Rod will actually go up to Xoruk.
Alright, he'll probably be in the observation deck.
May I bother you a moment?
You are no bother, Rod.
I've been thinking, especially with the amount of fighting we had in Sigil, I'm not really all but used to fight. Everything so far has been I guess, instinct, and I don't think that's going to cut it going forward. I know that you are probably the most experienced out of all of us, so it's only natural if I ask you, would you like to teach me to fight?
I would not mind it. Tell me, before moving forward any of these conversations with ones like them, do you want to fight to survive? Or do you want to fight to accomplish something more than just survival?
I don't like fighting in general, but it's something that I don't think it's going to be an option. And
let me put it to you this way. There are those who wish to learn to fight to protect themselves. There are others who wish to fight to protect others who cannot protect themselves or the ones that they care about. And then there are others who wish to understand violence and how to applicate it in order to enact change, for better, for worse, or for both. Which one are you?
I just want to be in control.
Control of yourself or the world around you?
Myself.
Very well.
Things just happen when it comes to blows, and I fear that if I leave that be the case, I won't be the one behind the wheel by the end of it.
What do you mean?
What I do is something that's just in me, and when we are put to the test, just let it go wild. And I fear that the longer I do it, the harder it's going to be to pull back, and I don't know, there. Just want to be me, you know?
I see. I believe I'm beginning to better understand. You, in these moments of, I suppose, violence, you do not have control over yourself necessarily. You act on instinct, mostly.
Yes, I'm just so used to hiding to avoid this, so when I have no choice, when it's just, running on adrenaline, I let it be whatever it is. I'm starting to fear what that might be. On the last fight, I just pulled something back from the dead. I didn't even mean to, I just let it happen.
When you're in this state, this sort of fugue or reverie, are you conscious of yourself and your surroundings?
I am, but also it's just a lot at once.
Then perhaps we train you to focus on one thing at a time.
You are the one with the expertise here. You've thought your way through. I don't even know how much. Whatever wisdom you have, I'll take it. It's better than whatever I am doing right now.
Secondary Ballista. In an hour's time, meet me there. We'll begin your training then.
I will.
Get some food in you. Terrible to train on an empty stomach.
Yes, sir.
He will nod.
Rod will nod back and go to the cafeteria if we have anything of the sort at the Nordiloid.
The crew quarters, which is just kind of like the general, there's like food stores and that sort of thing down there. That is where Marine has stored it all. So there isn't like an official kitchen right now. And I think, Rot, whether or not like that is something you immediately realize, like, or whether or not that's something you were looking for, that is something you immediately realize is something that is kind of missing on the ship is there's no one that's cooking regularly. Everyone is kind of fending for themselves when they get hungry.
I will take note of that.
Is there? I want to ask. Is there any more you two want to do with that, or is that like we're gonna spend a lot of the time during this downtime training?
Oh, I wanted to give space for anyone else who wanted to potentially do something, but
Perfect. I just wanted to double check. Yeah. This is where I'm gonna check back in with Vex.
So, and this is gonna be above table an invitation. If anybody in the crew wants to jump in for like a scene regarding this. I think Vex is gonna spend some time in the research lab where the magic circle is, and they're gonna spend some time pooling over everything, right? Everything that we've learned up to this point, everything about the hells, about the letter, about, you know, the information that we learned about the simple fact that this you know, expansion, right, what it entails, what it means, like just kind of going through everything, right? And trying to not only make sense of it, right, but try to study and learn, right? In the sense of like, I remember we had talked about this sort of being almost like a sending sort of magic circle or something of the sort. Vex is going to, being someone who doesn't have arcane proficiency, is going to see if they can learn something about it, because hey, this might be useful for later. That just kind of trying to prepare as much as possible for what is coming. Also, the other thing that they're probably going to spend some time working on similarly, and probably alongside Hakka, is working on mastering Gith as well.
All right, I just to be clear with like your intentions and like what I can assist here with is you're trying to make sense of everything. Is there something in particular? Or is there like a question? Actually, that's a good way to do it. Monster of the Week rules. I love Monster of the Week. Can you roll me an investigation check or just a knowledge check of a knowledge check of your choice that you feel would be appropriate for this?
So, here is my question on that front for clarity's sake. While I have a higher proficiency in history, I'm not sure if that's relevant here. So I almost wonder if it would be beneficial just to do investigation, right? Because this is based on information that's new that we just received.
Yeah, different things get you different answers. So history would probably get you like things you remember, things you've heard of, and how they connect to the things that you've learned recently. Investigation would allow you questions about the stuff that you've recently gained.
Yep.
15 investigation.
15 investigation.
Is this guidanceable at all?
Yeah, I'd say this is guidanceable.
By the power of the ancestors, you will know more. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Hakka fails the desk smack check.
Yep. I almost knocked over my mug.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're good. I almost did.
That's a
Roll the
D4,
D4.
right?
Yeah, roll a D4.
17.
I will say that actually does get you to the next number. I was saying 15 is for if you above 15, you get a second question. So the 15, you get one, so you get two questions you can ask me about the information you've gained so far.
Okie dokie. So, given what we have learned about And you can also have me also roll a history check if necessary, because there's two different things that I'm kind of looking at here. For one, looking at the information that we gained about specifically the expansion, right? And the fact that the goal is just in general to A, expand the hells, and B, gather reinforcements. What am I able to discern about, with all of the pieces together, about the, I guess I want to say, disposition or attitude that we might expect to be greeted with from, going into Avernus, going into Dis. You can either get as general or as specific as you want with that, but I'm thinking of the fact that A, we received an invitation, B, they're looking to expand forces, but also they said it was by any means necessary, and also the little bit that we discussed about the fact that no, they really like to crack down on things because of the vulnerability that being in the hells sort of offers.
Yeah. Okay. So what I think is the healthiest way to answer this question for you is that, and I, sorry to kind of give you the it depends answer, but it does depend. There is kind of a contradiction happening, and you are right to notice it. There is a difference between the way that they initially approached, aka an invitation, and the bounty that was set on you. You get a sense that if you are to be more resistant to going through the processes of hell, like to playing the sort of courts game that the hells like to do, the diplomacy, political sort of machinations, if you try to avoid that, you will probably experience more resistance, more violence, and more attempts to bring you in a more mandatory way, aka the bounty. But if you think that there is a good likelihood that if you approach some sort of higher up in Avernus, or some sort of official in Avernus, if you were to approach them in a more diplomatic manner, you think you probably could avoid a lot of potential violence within the hells if you play their game.
If I ask a follow-up question to that, would that be considered my second question? Because
it depends on the follow-up question, and I will let you know whether or not it is.
Okay, because my follow-up question to that is, do I get the sense that damned if I do, damned if I don't? Because you're saying to play their game, but if their game is to get me literally in their ranks, is that not falling into a trap sort of deal, right?
So yes and no. Like it really does depend on how you go about it. Like, yeah, playing their game. So there's a difference between playing the courts game and actually like agreeing to be a member of that. That you can sort of play that sort of coy, well, I'm not sure, diplomatic side of things. You think, and again, not 100% certain, but you do think that you might be able to play. If you are diplomatic, if you go about this in the way that devils like to go about things, which are deals and or agreements, jobs, lies, deception, that sort of thing, you might be able to get through a lot of, like, get to where you're going and or figure things out without violence, without necessarily signing up for their ranks. But you are absolutely correct that that is a dangerous game to play. If a devil catches you in a contract, that can be real bad.
Yeah.
So that is like, what do you want to risk, right? There's the more dangerous sort of role play game that has potentially more drastic consequences, but will be less intense in the moment. But then there's the combat side of things, where the more you resist in the hells, the more heat you're going to get.
Right. The other question. Yeah, right. The
Heat.
other.
Hell. Heat.
Yeah. The other question was actually about the shall we say hidden rescue mission. So we learned a little bit about Malodoraz's deals and selling and using what knowledge I have in addition to what we gained talking about, you know, their role in the expansion, right? Is there a chance that I might be able to sort of combine knowledge and garner a if not a next destination, recognizing a pattern of behavior from Malililraz to try to hypothesize, you know, are we going out of our way by going to Dis, or are we on the right track, sort of deal?
So, and this is, I want to ask really quickly, you offer these sort of conversations and you like ask pretty much everyone on the ship. And so anyone who would be interested in engaging with this can, right?
Yep.
Okay. If anyone wants to, you're welcome to jump in. But there is an NPC who would actually be interested in this. And as you're kind of like talking about the group, or like you're in the research lab, there would be a soft sort of psst as it slides open, and you would see Vavolazar actually standing there. I'm sorry, I was told that you're looking for assistance with knowledge of the Hells?
Well, that would be entirely beneficial given that this is our destination.
And kind of gesture at their own sort of horns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, considering my heritage, I've done a bit of research into it. I'd be happy to answer questions and theorize with you if you need my help.
Well, it's more like we have a lot of different things going on. We have a lot of, shall we say, irons in the fire. And as a result, I'm trying to piece together as much information that I have been given to make it make sense, and also to see how far away certain things might be, as, you know, we don't necessarily want to waste our time going in one direction if it's, shall we say, in the opposite direction of a different destination, if we can avoid it, of course.
I see, yes. And I will say, for the sake of ease, you catch them up on a lot of some of the information that they may or may not have had. They're they kind of stroke their chin a little bit. So what I can garner from this is this Melodoraz, you say? This
That's correct.
devil? They are they seem to have some ranking, some power of some kind within the Hells, so it is a good likelihood that they are working within the political machinations. If there is a connection between someone you saw with them and you, there's a good chance that this individual is working with the ones who sent you the letter initially. It would stand to reason then that if they are seeking to gain your loyalty, that they would have a bargaining chip.
Though, what I don't understand is that if that is the case, why sell it away?
I'm not sure that they have. If what you tell me is correct, the place that you saw them was in Banehold. Banehold is not in the Hells. Banehold is in another realm near it, a little closer to realms like Mechanus or things like that, a more neutral lawful plane. Not exactly neutral, it leans evil, but there is a power there who has dominion over the concept of domination. It is likely that your friend was held there and then sold to the Hells. If this Meloloraz worked for the Hells and was in Banehold making a deal for your friend, I believe that they were purchasing them, not selling them.
Slow nod. That would make sense now, wouldn't it? That would be honestly too easy.
I would be very careful. Whoever this Meloloraz is, they obviously have had this plan for a very long time. And they very clearly want something from you.
There's kind of like the way that I kind of imagine it, right, is like there's a slow camera pan and we just for a moment, whatever Xoruk is doing, there's like a camera pan over to Xoruk and then we flash back over. Yeah, that would make a world of sense and then some.
I would be very careful. It stands to reason, if they have gone this far already, that there may be no line that they're willing to cross to get what they need.
Well, that much I understood, and that was made very clear when we were at, Oh my gosh, I have forgotten the name of the establishment. Give me just a second.
Fortune's, are you talking about Fortune's Wheel or the
Yes! Yes. Fortune's Wheel. That was made very clear when we were talking to our contact in Fortune's Wheel.
Yes, that Winter Glory, yes. They are the... It seems as though has some loose lips.
It's almost like they're being exploited and taken advantage of in some ways, and they recognize they cannot stand up for themselves.
A devil that has their true name revealed very quickly loses standing.
Slow nod.
Be careful of Vex. You never know what these devils will have up their sleeve, what plans that they have placed.
That's exactly why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm doing. And they'll just gesture to everything, like spread out all over the table.
They tap the like symbol that you've been reconstructing, and they go, "Yes, it's very clear. It's good work that you're doing. Just they sound like a clever one."
Again, another slow nod.
I don't think I have much more to offer you. Thank you for letting me speak with you. I've enjoyed your company, Vex.
You're welcome to make yourself at home. I apologize, I'm not of a more entertaining sort right now. We have a lot on our hands, and I want to be as prepared as possible.
I would not worry. I've been spending much time with Esmeralda. I'm used to the swift pace at which you all move. It is just nice to have some kind of gestures of the horns again, some kinship.
I can understand that. And I'm glad you find that here.
Very much so. I will bid you farewell for now. And kind of does a half bow and begins to leave.
Mm-hmm. They will offer a nod and resume pooling over the chain of evidence.
Alrighty. Do you want to ask me? I will say that is what that person would have done regardless. So you can ask me another question if you wish.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have any other questions.
Yeah,
At this
no,
moment
that
in
is
time.
yeah. Then that was just a flavor way of getting the question answered. Which will, I believe, if you are good, Vex, pop us back to as the door kind of and closes. We exit a different door out to the top deck where we see Xoruk and Rod beginning to prepare for some training.
Roll. Yep. What I was going to say is Rod stands there at attention after having had a proper meal, just like waiting to follow Sorok's lead.
And Xoruk would have a torch kind of brightly lit, request the ship be turned away from the brightest series of stars to kind of make it darker on this area. Then he'll start moving over towards he'll move over towards the winch of the large ballista and start winding it very loudly. Kind of put the torch on the ground, take a knife from his belt as he's kind of making this loud noise and having this bright light, and will look towards Rot. Now, close your eyes.
Rod will do so.
What do you see?
See, I see nothing.
Good. What do you feel your surroundings are?
How far apart we are from each other?
Up to you.
I say Rod will be in the middle of the room, so I can say the ground I'm standing on. How tall is the ballista, or is this like out in the open?
They're pretty big. Y'all are on one of the decks, like one of the ship decks. So what you're not using the Mangolin, which is the weapon in the observation deck. You're using one of the two ballistas on the like outer deck. So it is open out here. And they're fairly big. Like they are, imagine what you would picture as a war ballista. They are they're about, I think, 10 feet tall at the highest bit, and they are quite long. And these are permanent like fixtures on the deck as well.
Rod says, I can feel the ground beneath me. I can sense that there is an open sky above me. I can hear you, so I know that you're not far away.
Now, were I to attack you, would your senses change?
Depends on how close you get.
If I were to throw this knife at you,
Need to check something. If you were to do so, I would see it at some point.
with your eyes closed?
I would.
Interesting. Well,
Rod actually walks towards where you are, and once they are within 10 feet from each other, Rod would say, "You are holding it with your right hand."
so your senses are not necessarily dulled, even in your more heightened sense?
It's, I guess, sort of a sixth sense. That's how Ventril used to call it. It's also an extension of myself. I can, without lifting a hand, harm you from where I am.
Prove it.
Because do me a Constitution check.
All right.
Believe it. Yep.
Rod over here, like, why are people asking me to cast spells on them?
And let me double check my
no.
because I think that hurts you. Constitution is your spell save DC. Yeah, that's under. So that would be a D10 damage. That's not an attack, that's not reactable to, it's just damage. That's 8 damage.
That's fine.
Like, nothing Rod's stance change, but out of nowhere, it's like if the air was attacking you.
Not a bad hit. But then again, I've had far worse.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? I asked for this.
I'm never happy with harming people.
No one asks you to be happy about harming people. You harm because you must. Think about it this way. All the things that I asked you to listen to hear, to see, to feel, to smell, those are what you need to act, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more you the more you doubt, I should say, your own reasons for attacking, the more you let your, I suppose, guard down because you are worried about causing harm unjustly, the more gets in the way of your perceptions. You see less. You allow yourself to be distracted. You ask how to become better within the throes of combat. That is it. You must be focused. What is your intention and why? You could focus on the morality later. When it is time to fight, you must do so. It's not time to ponder during such instances.
Focus. I'll endeavor to master that.
Now, considering you can harm me without even lifting a finger, as it were, where are you deficient?
It's control. What I've done so far is letting what's inside me pull out. It takes time, but once I'm there, I feel strong. I feel that I can harm much more devastating ways. Just I'm always scared at how far that will go.
I think I'm beginning to better understand you, Ron. Very well. Let me put it to you this way. Upon our ventures moving forward, either the captain will have brought us into a situation in which case we need to defend our ship and our crew, or Vex will need help defending themselves and getting what they need and want. The combats in which we will throw ourselves into or find ourselves in next will be ones of necessity for either our own protection or our own ambitions. Can you trust your crew that our engagements will be just and not compromise your morals?
You have shown me nothing but that you care for each other and that you've never raised your hand first. You've defended yourself.
Then allow yourself to let go. Know that if you are in the situations of combat with us at the very least, we will not be pushing you to attack or do harm to those who have not, I suppose, left us any other option.
I see.
Do not worry. If you gain yourself out of control, myself and the others will bring you back down. But your strength in part is by letting go, not by restricting. So don't restrict it.
Just I've hidden all my life, and I was always told to hold back.
Well, take it from someone who has been taught incorrectly their whole life. They were wrong. There is a time to conceal, and there is a time to be. You are, on this ship, meant to be, not to hide.
It's different, but I think I can try it.
It is different. But change is seldom peaceful. It takes a good bit of courage. Can you muster that?
I think I can.
Good. Well, I would test your combat prowess, but I rather seen that as fruitless. You seem well and strong enough. Put your mind at ease. Think about situations we've been in thus far where you've been required to harness your violence. Think about it well. Where were you stuck? Where were you strongest? Take note of those things and act on them. Can you do this?
But not. I will.
I trust you, Ron.
I trust you and the rest.
Now, I suppose it is time for me to go get some food. He'll bow his head.
Rod nods. And we'll follow the... Like, starts with a nod and then, like, clumsily follows with a bow.
Xoruk will just smile and then head towards the mess.
Yeah, you make your way towards, again, less of a mess, more of a larder. And just grab some food for yourself. And you two, thank you both for that scene. I'm gonna give both of you a hero point for that.
Yay.
Alrighty. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to do during this downtime, since we've kind of flicked through everyone?
Xoruk, once he gets a little bit of food in him, is going to bring some food to Tom to make sure that his good friend is also eating.
Yeah, has been
and
eating.
check in on her.
When you get up there, you actually would see the door to the back area is kind of open at the moment. And you wouldn't find Naimana in a room, you would actually find Naimana speaking with Thrash in the back.
Oh, that'll make him happy to hear.
Mm-hmm. You actually would overhear the conversation a little bit as the two of them... Naimana would kind of give I do have not really always gotten along with my home plane. It's nice to hear that I'm not the only one who struggles to feel like they don't fit in with the place they were born.
Well, I don't know about being born, but I was made there, and they fucked me up real bad.
Yes, I suppose they did. Xoruk, is that you?
Yes, pardon the intrusion. I just wanted to make sure that you had some food.
No intrusion at all. It's good to see you. I've just been speaking with my ship companion, Thrash here.
It's a lovely speaking companion. Are you adjusting well?
Hi!
Hello.
I'm doing well. Thrash, though, you mentioned you had something...
Yeah, we got a message. It's for the captain.
As in Tom got a message, or it's not great.
Tom did. We got a message here.
Xoruk will take a step outside, press his hand to the inside of the nanolide.
Marine, apparently there's a message waiting for you at Tom.
Be right there. And sorry about that. But thank you for checking on me, Xoruk. Are you okay?
Of course, you have no need to apologize. I have a lot to think about, but I'm better now than I've been in a long time.
I, again, can't thank you enough for bringing me along with you. I'm still not 100% sure about my decision, but it's been easier being in good company. I don't think I would have made that decision without you. And I hope it's the right one.
A lot of times I've learned people, myself included, have made it so that when you are awake, we must make sure our hands are doing things. We only allow ourselves to do nothing, allow our mind to reflect and rest when we are asleep. This is a mistake I hope you do not make. If you have time that you need to ponder and to reflect, do so. Let your hands remain idle, if that is what you wish. But if you wish for a task or an immediate purpose, I can help with that as well.
You know, I think I would like that, actually. I liked helping people in the following. That's why I joined. They told me that despite, who I am, what I am, that I could still help people, that they didn't care where I was from or what I was, that they counted me a part of their ranks. Not many would allow a succubus within their company willingly for any extended period of time. I like helping. I want to help.
Very well. Then, if you are ready, and only if, of course, reach out to the Nautiloid. I know you know how, as that was our job before. Find out what the ship needs, and if you can, help out where you can.
I will. Thank you, Xoruk.
Of course.
It's good to have a friend around again.
Yeah, I'm certain you will find on this ship you will have many.
Gives a little bit of like a melancholic smile.
He will bow his head. Also give a mental affirmation towards Thrash if you can't see him. Before
a little hand comes by and waves at you.
Before Xoruk will head back to the observation deck.
Yeah, you head back to the observation deck. You pass Marine on the way, who gives you that sup. And not long after that, Marine, not sprinting, but kind of hurriedly makes her way up to Kazador. Kazador, we got another message on Tom.
Patch it through.
All right. And allow me to show to. I'm going to edit, and it should be in your journal as soon as I click the save button. There you go, Connor.
New message.
We've come to consult you about your car's extended warranty. Oh, God damn it.
These guys again.
Not too far off.
Oh, no.
Delivered to the vessel currently harboring the fugitive Modron designation A01 AE Omega 4. Due to repeated and observed breaches of multiple interplanar laws and regulations, the case is being processed and has been transferred to the adjudication department. Polyarit, assigned to your case, will contact you when your presence will be required for a mandatory appearance. At that time,
a Zealot will be sent to escort you to either Mechanus or the Hall of Concordance in Sigil. Thank you for your anticipated compliance.
Did Kazador say that all out loud, or just read it?
He would say it out loud. There's no reason he would just keep it to himself.
That's not good, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It's fine. It's not right now. It's being processed.
How long do things take to process in Mechanicus?
I haven't actually been there, but I would imagine the plane of law is quite efficient.
We just hear a knock at the door.
Hello?
Oh. Sorry, there's a sign. It says no solicitors. You're gonna have to leave.
What's our progress in getting to where we need to go so we can enter the River Styx?
I would say if we've done some downtime, you guys are nearly there at this point.
Do you want a time skip to there?
Kazador is going to suggest we double time it.
Yep, you double time it. Marine agrees, and at this point is the first time that the sails get released, and the ship picks up a little bit of extra speed. And as there is no more, just really quickly want to check, there's no more that anyone else wishes to do during this downtime. At the moment, you all are requested by Marine on the top deck.
Real quick, could I get one small thing of downtime beforehand?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Xoruk is going to, by hook or by crook, force Vex to kind of connect with the Star Lancer and kind of showing them how to kind of move them around and guide them similar to how you would a horse when you're first training them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they wouldn't go.
Right. But I know Xoruk knows that Vex has a lot on their mind, so would just kind of be like, hey, this is a distraction, we're doing this.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and they would definitely go along with it and be like, oh yeah, sure, let's go check out this thing.
I think as the ship picks up speed, you kind of use some of the trails of the Phlegethon. What's the fucking pronunciation of that one again? It's been a while. Phlogiston, my bad. Some of the trails of that come off the Astral Sea as you're sailing through it. You use those almost like waves and practice sailing and like riding the Star Lancer off of the kind of like off the side of the ship a little bit. And yeah, for you, it's the kind of thing where Xoruk has experience and you have an innate connection. So it's not something you need to roll for because you already have the mechanics. It is your mount, as per the Paladin mount spell. But regardless, it is still time that you two practice. And I think Xoruk, with your like experience, training, knowledge of Star Lancers, you are very quickly able to guide Vex with practice and understanding towards improving it. And I would say by the end of it, you're a pretty proficient rider. Like, it feels very instinctual, Vex.
Ooh.
Cool.
And after a few days of double timing it, having some interactions, some conversations between the group, eventually you are called up to one of the main decks by Marine. Natalie and Inavri are in the main bridge and are maintaining course at the moment. And as you all come out into the top deck, Marine just kind of gestures. And that, my friends, is the Eye of Doom. and you see what is known as Doom Space. There is a large, empty, almost void where normally you would expect stars or cosmic swirls in the astral sea. It almost looks like a spot where that has been painted over with just an empty nothing. Surrounding it look like these shattered pieces of broken glass that are just floating in the astral sea. And at the moment, you're kind of avoiding some of the very large ones, but there are planes and panes of these broken, shattered pieces of glass that are larger than the ship itself, significantly larger than the ship itself. And in the center of this empty space is a swirl where the only colors kind of exist. You see these faint little dots of what are probably planes or planets, spheres akin to what you would know Toril to be like, or moons like Toril. And in the center of all of it, it's like their colors are being drawn in a spiral towards the center. The very center is a purple sphere with ripples emanating off of it. There is a deep sense of I would say cold distance that runs up your back, a shiver down your spine of seeing something that is not supposed to be. It is as if, more so than any other place that you've ever been to, it is as if someone punctured a hole in reality itself. And it is beautiful. As you see this before you.
Ooh. Ooh. Doom Space.
That right there is the center of Doom Space. We're going to be heading dead into it. And if you see those swirls, those trails, those are various planes being pulled into it. One of them is the Styx. Now, normally it's in its own sort of realm and can't be accessed, but because everything's being torn in there, we're going to sail dead in there and then turn into the Styx and go against the current. It's not easy, but I think we can do it. It's going to be fun.
Should we hold on to something?
Yeah, I would say get ready as, any tricks you might have up your sleeve, they may come in handy. But she kind of puts her hand on, she kneels down, puts her hand on the floor, and you'll feel the psychic connection run through to the two current pilots. All right, bring her in, full speed ahead. We're coming to take the helm. Any questions before we head in?
No questions, but Hakka's gonna cast Death Ward. Oh god. 5 times. So that's gonna eat 3 slots of the 4th level and 5 slots of the 5th level. On Kazador and me, it's gonna be extended.
Alrighty.
So everybody else got 8 hours. Kazador and I got 16 hours Death Ward.
8 hours.
Is there any other preparation anyone wishes to do as
Hakka just took one look at that and was like, nah.
Yeah, as the Nautiloid begins to head directly for the Eye of Doom in the center of Doom Space. All right. as the ship begins to lurch. There's a sound of almost rushing wind as you see the phlogiston begin to get pulled in alongside you. Color begins to drain as it is drawn out directly towards doom space as the ship tips and begins to head for a small little trail of what looks like liquid spinning around the center. That's actually where we're going to pick up next time, because I think that is
Alrighty.
really, that's a very good little cliffhanger, and I think that's going to be a fun session next time as y'all navigate Doom Space into the River Styx.
Doom!
Excuse me, do you know where the Doom is?
There's a doctor here, he'd be Dr. Doom.
Yup.
There's an MF. There'd be an MF Doom.
Yeah, one
I'll
look
see
at
myself
that
out.
and just nope. Nuh-uh.
Nope.
Crazy stuff. We are truly getting into the very edges of what is available to us in the cosmos, so to speak.
Oh yeah. I'm having we're playing with some stuff that are like you said, on the edges, on the fringe of D&D lore, and I fucking love it.
Truly high concept stuff. We'll be back
Thank y'all for bearing
hopefully
with
next
me.
week for some more. But for now,
Yeah.
let's go around the horn once more and de-introduce ourselves, starting with TheropodArt.
That's me. Hi, hello, it's me, your boy, TheropodArt. Y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr, Fur Affinity, Twitch, all TheropodArt. Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. Commissions are closed right now. If you liked this, come over on Tuesdays. Vecna, Eve of Ruin. It's fun. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's me.
Big titty lizard.
Yep, that's it. That's the character.
Up next, we've got Saris.
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. Sunday, you can find me at Burnout Vaughn's channel for some spooky D&D, and then on the Amusing Thalia's channel, that's Leah's channel, on Mondays for some Near Replicant. That is me. Thank you for the really fun game, and thank you for letting me play. This was a really good time.
Yeah. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hi, that's me. I showed all my stuff earlier, but if you want to see what I'm up to, I post everything that I do up on my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm. Aside from that, I hope you have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. That's me.
Yeah. And up next, we've got the Citric King.
Hi, hello, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky and then all of the other stuff. Not much going on my end because I still have stuff to get out of my desk. But if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, always good to keep an eye on my socials. So yep, that's me.
Excellent. Excellent. And we could not do this without our wonderful GM, Amusing Thalia.
Hi. Fridays, here. Sundays, Vaughn's. Mondays, my channel. Thursdays, my channel. Fridays, back here. Beard, sorcery.
Yeah.
Bones, coffee.
Indeed. I've been
Coffee.
George Lucas.
George Foreman. But yes, beard sorcery. It is a fantastic resource for any beard hygiene care products that you could possibly ask for. I've been using them for a long time and I've had no problems with them. My beard is soft and shiny and smells great, and I attribute at least part of that to beard sorcery. And if you are interested in any of their products, head on over to beardsorcery.com, use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online. As well, check out our other affiliate, a Bones Coffee Company. That's right, Bones Coffee Company. If you or the coffee lover in your life is after some delicious coffee in whichever format you would like, be that K-Cups or even canned cold brew, head on over to bonescoffee.com. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% when you shop online. And as always, we could not do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers.
Bitch and subs. Subs and bitch.
But yeah, we've got Zenlita with the 25 stream streak.
Oh wow!
And James P. Smith with the 3 stream streak, as well as Blackfoot Ferret. Thank you for the 48 months at tier 3. 90 months at tier 3.
What the fuck?
Oh.
True. And Tixdixl, thank you for gifting 5 subs to the community.
Sure-ish.
For a total of 10. Indeed. Thank you all so much for stopping by. We gotta find someone to send you off to, but tune in about 30 minutes here, because we'll be right back on this channel with some Among Us.
Heck yeah.
So we'll see you then.
Amogus.
Let's see. Who can we raid?
Quite a few people online.
I see Sharp Teeth, I see Bosco, I see Skelly, I see Sora, I see Zito, I see...
Let's go ahead and raid
Mike.
Edward Bosco.
Edward Bosco. The Edward Bosco.
Our raid message will be Doom!
Doom!
Alright. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. But for now, take care and have a goodbye.
Fare thee well.
I love you. Bye-bye.